In the news this week, an Indigenous man's future to be decided by new offenders laws, with advocates slam them as unfair.
Labor's launch, McGowan opens his bid for the premiership in Riverton as the election closes in.
Perth's new lineup of mayor and councillors following marathon campaigns in the CBD.
And on Western Perspective, an analysis into the challenges the new mayor will face in the next 4 years.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Leung and Sarah Smith.
Good evening. An Indigenous man who has served nearly 13 years in jail for 2 robberies is waiting to find out if he is a free man, with violent offender laws determining if he can return to society. Aboriginal advocates have slammed the government's new laws, claiming they leave those jailed without redemption or a future, especially for Indigenous youths.
Derek has been looking forward to getting his life back outside of prison, but new serious offender laws could now force him back behind bars.
I'm finding out at 56.
The Indigenous man has served a jail sentence spanning nearly 13 years for 2 armed robberies, considered too long by some in the justice system. Derek says he deserves to now be free, but the new laws designed to keep offenders who are a high risk to society in jail could prevent it.
I paid my debt to society. I had 12 years, 8 months straight, no back down on remand, no parole, and I had no resocialisation, no minimum security. How are we getting punished twice?
He says the laws don't guarantee rehabilitation, with Aboriginal people facing unseen racism.
These laws will come out it's like the move-on notice for blackfellas, no?
Indigenous advocates are concerned the act is highly discriminative, disadvantageous and punitive, and is part of the state government's re-election bid.
They do their time, but they've got this law in place, but no legal representation set up for these men and women to access. When is someone afforded the right of redemption? They do their time, what they're sentenced to. Isn't this a form of double jeopardy?
They're also worried it will set young Indigenous people up to fail. However, the Department of Corrective Services states it aims to treat Indigenous detainees in a culturally appropriate manner. In a statement, it says all detainees are treated according to policies and procedures aligned with WA legislation and safe treatment of those in custody, and there are services and programs to address rehabilitation and reintegration. But all Derek wants is a chance to live among his people again.
I want my life back. That's all I want.
Nelson Liu, WAMN News.
147 days out from the state election, Premier Mark McGowan launched Labor's election bid in the traditional Liberal stronghold of Riverton. With incumbent Mike Nahan retiring at the election, Labor will be hoping to capitalise on their coronavirus popularity and swing the seat red.
A rapturous applause for Premier Mark McGowan as he arrives at the electorate of Riverton to support Labor candidate Dr. Jaggs.
He is very supportive of me running as a candidate in Riverton, and I thank him sincerely for being here today.
The launch of the campaign has been backed strongly by the local Indian community, as the Labor Party aims at the currently Liberal-held seat. With less than 6 months before the upcoming state election, Dr. Jaggs, who has been a local doctor for 25 years, says he was honoured to have the Premier's support.
It's going to be a tough journey. I'm the underdog, there's no doubt about it, but me and my team are going to work really hard. When it comes to politics, I may be new. When it comes to hard work, I'm very old. So I'm going to be working hard till the 13th of March. I'm going to be knocking every door in the electorate, meeting with people, listening to their concerns. I'm a people's person, willing to take action on people's problems.
On the other hand, political experts believe the Labor Party's move to target Liberal-held seats may mean the opposition could stay out of government until at least 2025. The comment is based on the McGowan Labor government's current popular support due to the handling of COVID-19.
They're not going to win in 2021, but they've got a chance in 2025 if they make up enough ground. Now, if Labor has a big win in 2021, then the Liberals are back at square one. They've got to once again try and win about half of those seats back, and then so they're now looking at 2029 for the next time the Liberal Party might be in a position to win power if Riverton and seats like that are truly in play.
But with less than 6 months to go, it's yet to see whether Labor can increase the majority or if the Liberals can successfully defend their seats in Parliament. Helene Fong, WAMN News.
After months of long-running campaigns, results were finalised for Perth's next Lord Mayor and councillors.
And here's a summary of the results and how will the council look for the next 4 years.
I declare that Basil Zempilas is elected to the position of Lord Mayor for the City of Perth with the term of office expiring on the 21st of October 2023. Congratulations, Basil.
Basil Zempilas has won with 1,855 votes, 284 votes more than Di Bain. The total valid votes are 6,300. During his first on-camera interview shortly after his victory, Mr. Zempilas promised voters and ratepayers that he won't let them down.
Believe it or not, I'm pretty level-headed about all of this. I understand that this is a very significant commitment that I have been afforded. It's a wonderful opportunity, and my commitment to the ratepayers and the residents of the City of Perth is that I will not let them down.
Meanwhile, Lord Mayor candidate Sandy Angie has won the highest number of councillor votes with just over 8%, securing her position as one of the 8 elected councillors in the City of Perth.
Yeah, really happy to see that I'll get up for council, and I'm so glad I ran for both Lord Mayor and council because I really want to be part of this.
The terms of councillors will conclude on the 16th of October 2021 and the 21st of October 2023. It's understood that a special meeting will be held at the city this coming Tuesday. 24 people have been charged for dozens of offences following a national operation to disrupt members and associates of the Hells Angels outlaw motorcycle gang. The joint Australia-New Zealand operation conducted 28 search warrants, resulting in arrests as well as seizures of guns, ammunition and drugs, including methamphetamine, cocaine, steroids and GHB. A police spokesperson said the joint effort was critical, helping expand investigations to disrupt high-risk gangs and protect the community.
Shadow Child Protection Minister McGowan has slammed the Minister for Child Protection for failing to act after alleged members of a pedophile ring found victims while they were in government care homes. McGowan said Child Protection Minister Simone McGurk is avoiding accountability by refusing to speak about individual cases. He says McGurk needs to reveal when she first knew about the abuse and the steps that have been taken to ensure it never happens again.
Growers will be encouraged to source international workers at WA's agriculture industries to fill labour shortages for this season's harvest in new measures from the state government. The government has enabled WA growers to access the Seasonal Workers Program and Pacific Labour Scheme in a bid to fill positions left open by the federal government's border closures. Agriculture Minister Alana Martinez says it was supporting the primary industries, which follows its Work and Wander Out Yonder campaign.
We've seen, particularly if we can establish the program with the Timorese, that many of our growers throughout the state, as far south as Albany, are using Timorese seasonal workers, and this will really help them bring in that harvest.
Kamala Harris, running mate of US presidential candidate Joe Biden, has called off campaign travel plans after a close aide tested positive for coronavirus. Harris has tested negative to the virus twice since her communications director and a flight crew member returned positive tests. Campaign manager O'Malley Dillon says she will be hitting the road again on October 19. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said his country will keep the US-Canada border closed until the United States gets control of COVID-19. Although the border closure agreement was due to expire on the 21st of October, Trudeau said this week the Canadian government is not comfortable opening the borders while infections continue to rise in the US. In the past 2 weeks, Canada's own population reported nearly 31,000 new cases of the virus.
The RSPCA is urgently seeking animal lovers willing to lend a hand to help people and their furry friends escape from abuse. The Pet in Crisis program provides a safe haven for animals whose owners are fleeing domestic violence. Threats against pets are often used by abusers to control victims, and people often delay fleeing a violent situation because of concern for their pet. If you live in a metro area and can provide a safe haven for animals up to 3 months, the RSPCA would love to hear from you. They'll cover any costs and your identity will be kept totally confidential. If you can help, please send an email to petsincrisis@rspca.asn.au. And that's our weekly news and current affairs. We have the latest news on our website and social media pages.
No matter where you're watching, look after yourselves and we'll see you next Sunday.
Wish you good health and good night.